She's judging me back there. Anyway, hey guys, so back with another video. I just felt like doing some sit down videos. I'm not really like energetic when it comes to running around outside. Just today I haven't eaten in probably like 2 days maybe, so I wanted to make this video. Moo, stop judging me. I don't, hold on. Why are you so judgmental? Why is you so judgmental back there? Let me see. It's really not hot, for the record. We're actually sitting like right under a beautiful tree that is throwing in so much wind, because right now we are in that sigh was just like anyway, drum roll please. Damn it, don't drum roll where the camera is. So right now we are in lovely Illinois. We are headed to California. So I left Pennsylvania a few days ago, and now we stayed in Ohio for I think like one night. I was in Ohio, yeah. Oh, that bird is so pretty. It has like orange on its wings. It's really pretty. So we left Pennsylvania a few days ago, then we headed towards Ohio. I was gonna stay in Ohio for a couple of days, but it was like this weird temperature heat, like the same as Pennsylvania. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep going. I needed to get away from that humidity, like that comes from, I guess, the mountains and the rain, and now it's hot and it's just gross and everything is going on. So anyway, now we are headed towards California. I decided I would rather live in California being homeless and living in my car, where it's a lot more acceptable, than living over this way. And also, why would you not want to just go live in California, like, and living in the sun and beaches and things like that? Especially like with my dogs, I want to be able to get outside more and explore and see things, you know. And also, I know like it's the city or the state of dreams, but you know, like Los Angeles and Hollywood and all that. I'm not saying that I'm just gonna run away and go be an actress, but I might just do it. So no, all jokes aside, that's what we're doing now, and we are currently at a Love's truck stop, beautiful Love's truck stop. This has been our home for a little while, and I wanted to make this video because a lot of people have just been asking me so many different questions. So first question, I did not make notes. No. First question is, what made me decide to live in my car? But that is like one of the questions I get all the time. So one of the reasons, obviously, I became homeless. It was not a choice of mine. There was a lot of this, here we go with the light. I just don't like that was washed out. I'd rather I look a little bit darker than that being washed out right there was bothering me. So one of the things was, obviously, like, I was living at home and it was so much going on and things just hit the fan and it was just time to go. It was already apart. So my options could have been going to a shelter, staying with friends and all that. That was not going to work for me. I have my dogs, Moo and getting rid of them is not an option. Going to stay with a friend is a lot harder when you have dogs. Anybody who has like children probably say, like, when you move in with somebody and being there, it's not just you, it's a lot harder. So I have them, and I was like, this isn't gonna work. And also, I like my own space. I like my own privacy, and I like silence when I want silence and things like that. So that just was not gonna work. I did stay with like a friend for a couple of days, but it was kind of just like my first period. I had to. I was like, hold on, shit is getting real out here. We need to establish something. So let me move back a little bit. I feel like I'm like super close. So that was like kind of out of the way. Staying in a shelter, I felt like I have access to being able to survive. Things are a little, if it's windy, I'm sorry. You know, wind in Illinois right now. I never understood what they meant. I didn't get it. Now I do. I think it's because it's so flat that everything just blows. There's nothing to like block it. It's just so flat from like literally Ohio. We went through Ohio, Indiana. Damn, I went through Indiana yesterday. Went through Indiana, and now we're in Illinois, and we're almost to Iowa. So if anybody has anything that's fucking going on in Iowa, please comment it. I'm so bored, and you guys, I need friends. So could we please pair me up with some fucking fellow YouTubers doing this, and like let's become friends, because I'm so lonely and nobody else understands, you know, what I'm doing, so there's nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, to them, I'm literally just sitting in my car every day. And also, I'm tired of talking to people and them telling me how to live my life. Right, Muna? Exactly. Our life, our decisions. Like her. She just pokes her head wherever the fuck she wants. Who am I to tell her not to? So yeah. So I was like, okay, you know, let's just go to California, right? What was I was saying about how I ended up in the car. So when I became homeless, it was like just move into my car pretty much. My car comes with Wi-Fi. It's probably like safer than an apartment, honestly. Like, I got 1 star. If I get in an accident and I can't respond, they gonna answer. You know, there's all that safety shit going on. And being able to like literally just pick up and move every day, I like that. I like having like stability without stuckness. That makes sense. I have the stability of my car. I have doors. They lock. They open. You know, like my things are here. Everything is where I'm at. Everything's always with you. You know, that's that. So another one of the things that I get asked a lot is like with my dogs. What do I do living with my dogs? I can make a whole another video kind of going into depth of being with the dogs, but just in short, they are with me literally 99.9% of my life, outside of even living in my car. When I was living at home, we're in the house all day long. Scratching. We're in the house all day long together. Every time I go somewhere, they're with me. Anytime I walk somewhere, they walk with me. Moo-Moo's been with me 8 years now, and she used to be in a stroller, you know, going into stores with me, doing this, doing that. Now she got a friend. It's a little harder. Her and her friend can sit in the car. Her and her sitter. And they sit in the car together. So it gets a little tricky, you know, with temperature. I am not, don't think that I'm one of these people that I just leave my dogs in a hot car all the time and go run off. I don't at all. What I do is, if I'm going to go in somewhere, I'll park under like a tree. If it's a parking lot, I'll park in a shaded spot. If there's no shaded spots where at least a tree is blowing some wind in, I will just leave the car running and the air on and run in and do what I have to do. If I know I'm going to be in the store longer than like 5-10 minutes, if even 10 minutes is a lot. Grocery shopping is usually the longest, and I try to do it at night, so that it's getting cooler. If I'm going into the gym to shower, it's getting cooler. If I'm, you know, going to get ready for the day and stuff, I do it early in the morning, because the temperature is significantly lower. When it comes to the hot hours in the middle of the day, what the fuck with these bugs? Shut up. Shut up. Hey. Cállate la boca. I'm not Spanish, but my dogs. These dogs. She only understands come in Arabic, or like let's go by saying yalla. Like, she understands that. And she only understands shut up in Spanish. Or aka close your mouth, cállate la boca. So yeah, I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I have no fucking idea. So one thing I do though is like, I need to stop saying something. When I go into the store, that'll kind of lead into like another question about like getting ready. But so I plan out my times for when I'm gonna go in and when I'm gonna come out, you know, like to be sitting with them and all that. If I go to the gym, I'll go super early or super late at night. If I am going grocery shopping, what do I normally ever have to do? And like, so another thing is schoolwork. Outside of the dogs, when I do leave them, they're always left with water. They're always left with like water, food. If I'm going to see my husband, those are the longer times. I park in the shaded areas and go see him on cooler days. They have these mats back there, wall mat, and it keeps them cool so they can lay on it. It's like gel on the inside, so it's somewhere that they can lay where they're nice and cold, My dogs are essentially self-sufficient. They're really smart. So I'll put up like a towel right here or a reflector thing that pushes as much heat out the car. And what one of them will normally do, she'll lay down here on the floor where it's nice and colder, and then the other one will normally lay on the mat. They do whatever, they rotate, do whatever it is they need to do, or she'll lay up there because up there's more wind coming through the windows. And like, of course, leave the windows cracked, leave them with water. They're pretty much good. Like, I mean, we sit in the car all day every day anyway, so they're kind of getting adjusted, and then I just won't do it if the temperature is like crazy. I'm not doing it. Or I'll just take them in the store and somebody can be mad, I guess. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. They're my babies. I do plan on getting one of those like strappy things for Munam, and then Mumu, she'll sit in like shopping carts and stuff like that with no issue. Munam is the bad one, so she needs to be like on me. So I have to figure out a solution with that. I haven't actually had to like do much with her other than her being on a leash since I've gotten her. I've had her about like going on 3 years now, and she's always like, we're either in the car, we're walking on a leash or whatever. But now I gotta make some adjustments with that. Anybody has some ideas, drop that in the comments, please. So yeah, and then now another thing that people ask me a lot is about school. Am I still in school? Did I take any time off, etc., etc.? So the last couple of weeks I've actually had time off in between classes. That has been a blessing because it allowed me to take school out the picture and just focus on when am I cleaning my car, when am I eating, laundry, things like that, and not have to think about school. Now adding school back into it, because I still was taking like a course, but it was like on my own time. My labs are it's 2 days out of the week you can take the lab, but it's one night. And so right now, normally it was like 9 o'clock when I'm on East Coast time. Yeah, when I'm on East Coast time, it is 9 o'clock at night. But now that I'm heading over to West Coast, I'm actually moving closer towards their time. So last night, I think it was like 7, yeah, or 8. I think it was 8. And then when I get into Mountain Time, it's 7. And then when I get over to California, it'll be 6. Yeah. So it just goes back an hour. And during that time, I normally don't like leaving them around like 6 o'clock because of the weather. You know, it's normally warmer or whatever. But if I need to, set them up, get their little setup going. It's only an hour. I run into a local like McDonald's, hotels, different things. So to get my homework done, what I'll do is like normally just go into McDonald's and ask me like, can I borrow my table for a minute? They don't care. You know, I think it's a little bit more respectful of the establishment to just ask somebody than to just go sit down and, you know, because I'm vegan, I'm not eating it, I'm broke, I'm not ordering anything like a drink or something to waste $1. I'm poor as fuck. Donate to that Cash App, please, so I don't, you know, waste any money, you know, doing that. But I'll just go and ask, and they'll be like, okay, you know, just take the table, whatever. Or sometimes hotels will let you use their like little lobby areas, give you the Wi-Fi, you can just use that. Another way that bro, chill out fam. Hey, get your little butt back in that window. Anyway, yeah, they'll let you use their tables, so let you know, use the Wi-Fi, whatever. That is one of the cheaper solutions for what I do. What else? What else really affects school? I mean, my school is completely online. I go to Capella University. Shout out Capella. I go to Capella, so everything is online, and they are adjusted to people being like all over the world, all over the country and everything. So it doesn't really affect anything. Like when I'm in class, I'll be in class with people all over the United States. So we're all different time zones and all that. And assignments they go off of the mountain time, so like we just have to submit our assignments during their time and going off of that time zone pretty much. And it will get us what? Do you need water? May, you need water? Okay, give me like 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. No, I'm serious. She's looking at me like, fuck. 5 minutes. So it's getting dark. It's just so much like going on around me that it's hard to film. That's one of the reasons why I don't like to film when I'm sitting in parking lots. It gets stressful. That's, I guess, the next thing I'll get to is how am I making money. I have a full video on this that I need to edit, so I'm just going to upload that one, and I will put the link, I guess, in the description for how I make money. But in short, graphic design, you know, sit, work off the Wi-Fi, like whether I have the Wi-Fi in my car on or the Wi-Fi from a restaurant. I don't have it turned on in my car just because trying to save money, and that little $20 a month it'll save. That could be food for 3 weeks. So I'm starving, speaking of food. That'll be food, so I don't really have that one right now. So I'll just use the Wi-Fi of a restaurant, you know, sit and work. Excuse me. In case you need to know, McDonald's has pretty good reach on their Wi-Fi. McDonald's is a really good one to sit outside of. I've sat outside of like a Starbucks and Panera before. Their Wi-Fi's okay, but you gotta be close to the door. It gets kind of annoying. Lowe's, even though we got racist Renee, Lowe's is pretty good. And yeah, that's so far. Like a lot of, excuse me, I have like hiccups now. A lot of the, excuse me. A lot of the gas stations I've stayed at, Sheetz is one of the places I'll go in and just ask to use the table. Drink coffee, you know, sometimes it's like if I need coffee, but Sheetz is a good one for late night. Like if you're up late at night, you can't sleep and you want to get work done or you got to get schoolwork, Sheetz is an amazing gas station to go into at night because it's like almost always busy, it's well lit, you know. I don't like sitting like, I don't know, weird, I don't like leaving my car with them at night and me not in it at certain places. So like Sheetz is one of those, it's constantly busy, it's constantly moving, that I don't feel uncomfortable. Walmart has good Wi-Fi. Sometimes it reaches to the parking lot, but sometimes you gotta be close enough. So I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm used to not having Wi-Fi like at night. So like during the daytime, it's completely not weird to sit like in a parking lot and just be like playing on my computer, doing whatever. But like at nighttime, I like to do is sleep. And I need some sleep. I didn't take my nap yet. I like to sleep, and if I'm not if I'm not on Wi-Fi, the chances of me going to bed better is a lot higher. So I've kind of gotten used to now I'm at not having my phone at night. So yeah, and then that will take me to another thing. That's why I didn't write notes, because everything it all just intertwines with each other. What am I doing as far as like, you know, technology? Do I feel like I'm detached from everybody? You know, everybody's like, oh, how was your depression and everything like that. So one thing that has really helped me a lot is I cut back on social media significantly. I go through these cycles. I think when I cut off social media like last year, I wasn't on social media for almost the entire year, and Mooney, okay, she's like, yeah, it's just been 4 minutes and she's free. Yo, cut it out. I will get you water in a second, because now you're just being rushy. Why would I come rush because you're being rushy? You were just fine like 5 minutes ago. So what was I saying? I'm lonely, don't get me wrong. I am lonely because I'm out here by myself, but they keep me pretty occupied. I'm always having to yell at somebody, always having to talk to them, you know, potty breaks, things like that keeps me moving about. The same, alhamdulillah. The same is like when I'm at home. You know, like when I'm at home, I don't really socialize that much. I might talk to my neighbors, and it's like the morning I talk to my neighbors, and I might talk to them, whatever. But during the day, I don't really socialize with people. I sit in the house, I do my homework, I work, I do what I need to do, and then I just with the mama all day. So what else? Yeah, like I've gotten to the point though, I think that when I'm not playing on my phone all day, because that is what's draining me out. That's what I'm saying. Sitting on social media is exhausting me. It's draining me to a point where like I'm constantly feeling like I'm talking. Like I've been on Twitter a lot today, so even now just making this video is making me feel like I'm talking so much. I'm an introvert extrovert, so I'm like a flexibert, and I kind of need to charge my batteries and things like that sometimes. So having like that nighttime where I'm not talking to anybody and it's just me and my thoughts, maybe watch some Netflix, read a book, you know, doing whatever, that has helped me out so much with anxiety and like my depression. I'm not feeling like FOMO, you know, like fear of missing out. I'm not really feeling that as much. I'm kind of just like, okay, like I'm posting. And I keep my coffee routine. I don't drink coffee every day. It's hard because like being next to a gas station all the time, you literally you just want to go get coffee. But I went so long without drinking coffee because like the acidity of it, that now I drink it rarely just for the caffeine boost. I'll drink it like maybe once a week, or you know, like right before my period I have to drink coffee like crazy. After my period I need to. That's another video I'm gonna make, because people are asking me how to deal with a video or how to deal with your period and all that, and I'm like, that's an entire video in itself. So I will get that up and answer those questions, and then yeah, that's kind of like the bulk of like the main questions I think I've been getting like a lot more this last week. So if there's anything else that you guys want to know, just comment in the section below, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe, and shout out. Bro, I'm almost done. This fucking noise. Anyway, shout out to the people who've been watching it. I've reached 1K view minutes, and that just made me really excited today. So shout out to everybody who's been watching my videos. Keep sharing, keep liking, giving thumbs ups, and subscribing. I am now to like I think 31 subscribers this morning, if I'm not mistaken. So that made me really excited. And that's really just all. That's all I think I gotta say today, because they're about to start making noise again. You can tell. I can hear her doing a little. She does this. She's about to start going off about something. Oh, she wants water. So, also, please, if anybody, if you could spare a dollar. All jokes aside, if you could spare $1, donate to my Cash App. And I do graphic designs, people, like I do. So if you need a logo or something, email me, call me, like please. If you just call me, if you just even want to meet up. Like honestly, I need to network. I need to build a family. Not even being dramatic. I'm so fucking lonely and broke. Please. And we are kind of just going day by day, dollar by dollar to get to California. So right now we're on a pause until I make some money. So I won't be moving much. Maybe get to Iowa, but I don't know, because it's going to be between Iowa and dog food. So we're really, it's bad. All jokes aside, it's bad. So please, like $1, just $1 from everybody, like $1. And y'all that be sending $5, fucking MVPs for world. Like when I get that notification, such and such sent you $5, I'm like, thank God, because it always comes through like right in the moment when I'm like, damn, how am I gonna feed y'all? Like, how am I gonna eat tomorrow? So yeah, that's it. Anyway, see you guys later. Peace. I almost gave you the finger, like I did. I was like, wait, no, there's two. I don't like doing peace with that hand. I always do it with this one. And when I do it with this one, it's because this is my flick off hand. Like, my left hand is my flick off hand, my right hand is my piece hand. And I was trying to do it because there was more space. You know, rule of thirds. Bye.